Hey, it's Ann Alexander with Exit Coast Real Estate Pros here in Myrtle Beach. We're going to start diving into your first-time homebuyer questions. So stay tuned and let's get rolling. Hi, welcome. It's Ann. Today we are going to look at starting our search for a home. A lot of people like to use Realtor.com and Zillow, which are both great websites. However, when you're working with a realtor, the best thing to do is to actually utilize their specific website. Why? Well, our websites are current and up to date. I probably have about 95% of my clients have used the other two sites, and inevitably the listings that you see there are already pending, have sold even up to 2-3 years ago. So the best thing to do is to use your realtor's site, because you know from them it's going to be up to date, live time, and it's just a much better resource for you to go to. So today we are going to head over to my site and I'm going to show you just how to do it. All right, so here we are on my website. I've already created my account. So you'll have an icon here on the right that'll have your name, and it'll have a button for save searches, saved listings, and then you can also log out. The beauty of this is that, at least for my site, and I'm sure other agencies have the same thing, that when you save a search or when you save listings, it actually tells us that, and it saves it on our back end of the program, so that way we know exactly what you're looking for. And that really helps us on our part of it too, to help find the properties that you really like, and we're not wasting your time, showing you an open concept when you want a more traditional home, or vice versa. So we're going to come up here to search for homes. We're going to do a quick search to start with, just to walk you through that really quickly. Any type of property, the minimum price, let's say we want $200,000, and our maximum is going to be $250,000. We're going to put 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, which is your typical, home. And we're going to go ahead and click on search. And this actually on the left-hand side is going to show us the map of the Myrtle Beach area and where most of these homes are located. Over here to the right, you will have all the different properties. It usually starts out with the newest. You can come over here and change it from the low price to high price to low price, that kind of thing. But you'll just click on whatever picture that is. And this looks like it could be a duplex, seeing that it's got like an apartment number there. So then you just scroll down here. Obviously it gives you your price, tells you your bath, your bed bath, and now also the square footage. And if you want to go see it, you can contact your agent, and that'll put that in there. You can schedule a showing, and that'll notify your realtor again that you would like to see that property, what time would be good. My suggestion, though, is to save the listing and then email, text, or phone your agent, which is what I prefer. And that way we can schedule to see 3 to 4 properties in one day. I don't like to show any more than that because it gets a little confusing and overload. But, at least save the listing, and then once you've got, 3, 4, 5 of them in your cart, then, reach out to your agent and schedule a time to go see the properties. Okay. All right. The other way of searching is doing your advanced search. So let's say that you know that you want, again, our price, we know that we want $200,000 to $250,000 because our lender has told us that we are qualified for, let's say, $245,000. And let's say we just want to look for a condo. We just want a nice condo. So we're going to put that there. And time on site, I'm not really going to worry about that. Any of this information. Let's say we want at least 2 bedrooms for our condo. It does have the square feet here. Just a word of caution, less is more. The least amount of information you put, the better your results will be. So I would just kind of leave that alone. Again, year built. If you know that you want something that is, let's say 5 to 10 years old, then you can put that there. Your newer houses, of course, are going to have hopefully less issues with them. But, I always like to leave it open because you never know. A lot of people do, some really nice renovations. And so some of the older homes actually have a lot more character, depending on where they are and where they were built and who built them. All right, and again, here in Myrtle Beach, and if you're watching this from another area, I don't know if you have homeowners association dues, but here it's quite prevalent that most of your communities are going to have homeowners association dues. And some people think it's a negative, but in my opinion, it's a positive because that way, the area that you live in, it's kind of regulated a little bit more. So, the next door neighbor is not going to have a junky car sitting out in the driveway or in their yard, things like that. So it's a little bit more protected and it keeps the neighborhood nicer. All right, so then we're going to come down here and it says show advanced filters. So if you know what schools you want, you can put that in there. Your status, excuse me, you're going to want active, because active under contract means that they are working a contract. That means it's pending. So more than likely that is going to go through. And I don't really like to show property that's under contract because, well, you're not really supposed to, but it's just kind of a disappointment if you fall in love with it and, find out that contract, it has already gone through and you can't purchase that property. Excuse me. Style, community. What did I want? Special conditions. Oh, I wanted beachfront. Now I can't find it. 2-car garage. Here we are. Okay, so keywords. We should have ocean. There we go. Ocean view, and I want ocean front. So, being that we're at the beach and we're doing our wishful thinking here, we're going to go ahead and put that in. Let's click off to the side and go ahead and click search. All right, so we've got 2-bath condo townhomes for sale from $200,000 to $250,000. Again, this is showing me the newest ones on the market, and we have 15 results. If you look at the map here, it shows that we have property from North Myrtle Beach all the way down to, looks like the downtown area of Myrtle Beach. So we can kind of just scroll through here and find one that's interesting to us. Let's see. This one looks kind of cool. Oh, it's only 1 bedroom though. I thought I put 2 bedrooms in there. All right, let's take a look at this one. All right, so this is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It's a little over around 1,000 square feet. Bahama Sands is the building. 2 bedroom, 2 bath condo. Fantastic views, nicely decorated. There we go. All right, so let's click on the pictures and you can actually come through here and take a look at the pictures. So this is your view. And most of these over by the ocean in our area come furnished. And they're kind of hotel-like in the entryway. But this one at least has a nice sized kitchen. And there we are, okay? So they give you, we have up to 40 pictures that we can put into our multiple listing service. Some of the agents don't, but I would suggest, at least looking through those. And sometimes the pictures can be deceiving, so don't base your purchase on what the pictures look like. Actually save it and go on a tour to go see the property in person. So this building was built in 2007. Fantastic views. It has an indoor outdoor pool, lazy river, exercise room, and more. So you're going to be pretty well set with that property. It tells you the features, your estimated monthly payment, which includes the HOA fee, which over by the beach here, the HOA fees are really high. So that's something to consider as well. All right, and this just gives you a whole lot of information, some similar listings. And when you do look on our sites, it will tell you if the properties are under contract. So you obviously don't want to click on those because that's not going to be able to be seen. All right. So I think that is pretty easy on that. When you are doing your search, like I said on this one, I did 200 to 250. And let's say the lender is told you 245. So when you're searching, look, a bit below, look a bit high, not too high. I wouldn't go more than about 5,000 on the higher end, maybe 10,000, because that's something that can always be negotiated. The price is always negotiable. Your closing costs are always negotiable as well, which we've discussed in the past. Something to keep in mind is, making sure that you're looking for your long-term needs and sticking to your budget. The lenders at this point has given you an amount to work with, so we need to make sure that we're sticking with that budget. And again, like I said just a minute ago, make sure you give yourself a little wiggle room for the negotiations. And then you also might want to start going to some open houses, either with or without your realtor. If you go without your realtor, make sure that they've given you a stack of business cards. That way, when you go to the open house, you can tell the person that's there, I'm working with this person, and you give them, if you're working with me, you're going to give them my business card and let them know that you're working with me. But it's really important to make sure that you let those agents that are hosting those open houses to let them know that you're working with somebody. That way you're not going to get inundated with, emails and whatnot from them, because they usually do have you register. When you're viewing properties, especially, like when I go with you, I prefer going with you. That way, I can see different things that, you may not be looking for. But pay attention to any odors, any possible leaks. Look at the ceiling, look at the, where the walls come together. Really take a look at the house. What I like to do is I give my clients a piece of paper and I put a line down the middle, and then let's say we're showing 4 properties, so I'll have them put 3 lines across, and then on the left-hand column is the pros, the right-hand column is the cons. And after we see the property, I don't like you taking anything in with you. Just go in and look. Don't have a piece of paper with you. But go in and look just like you would, but ignore the seller's, clothes and different things that they have. Don't, look at the house as the house, not the stuff in it. Like I said, really, really take a look. Notice what your surroundings are. Notice, anything, the backyard, the whatever's important to you. Make sure that you're taking a look at that and looking for it. And then when you leave the house, what I want you to do is go sit in the car, write the pros and the cons about that specific house. And so for each house that you go to, you've got your list of pros and cons, and that way later on when you go back to your apartment, or if you're staying at a hotel, you're here to visit, or wherever you are, you can go back and look at the papers that I always give my clients a client handout, so that way you can see the pictures, see all the different information from it, but then you can kind of play that game of, well, I really like this house, but I didn't like this about it, and kind of, going back and forth and really kind of narrowing your decisions down. Another thing to be concerned with is how old is the air conditioning and heating unit? How old is the roof? Those are things that your agent can answer for you. And we are supposed to have, if I have the listing, the sellers are required to fill out what we call a seller's disclosure. That is where the seller discloses all and any information that they know about the property, and if there's any defects or anything at all, they are required to disclose that, and that form must be filled out in the seller's hand. Now, the agent who has the listing is required to put that in the MLS, so that way, or the multiple listing service, so that way we as buyer's agents can actually look at that before, during, and after we show you a property. So all of that information regarding the roof and the heating and air should be on that form. If it's not, then we need to go back as your agent and ask the seller's agent to make sure that that is filled out and we have the correct information. All right, so if you don't live here, not a problem. I've got a buyer's questionnaire that I would like you all to fill out. And like I said, if you don't live here, that's not a problem, because we do have, and I've got resources across the country to help you find an agent to work with. So like I said, attached to this is going to be a buyer's questionnaire. I'm just kind of curious at this moment, where you're at. We've been through, this is our 11th episode, so we've been together for quite a while now. So if you wouldn't mind taking the time to fill out that questionnaire. Promise I'm not going to spam you. That's not who I am. I don't like it, and I'm not going to do it to you. So, but if you could just take a moment to fill that out for me, and that way it helps me move forward. And always, if you have any questions, my email and contact information is always in the description here. So please feel free to reach out and ask me any questions that you have. That's just going to help me, do a service for you. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. Next week, we are going to talk about how to make an offer. So I've got a few things up my sleeve and some great ideas for you to get that offer through. So look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week.